Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well this very cold, fine morning here in Johannesburg. We are just going to wait for everyone to join the webinar before we get started. So please just hang on for a minute or two, and then we'll get going. All right. Just a reminder, guys. We're just waiting one more minute. We'll get started at 2 minutes past 10. Once again, thanks for joining. All right. Looks like everyone's joined. Good morning. For those of you I haven't yet greeted, thank you very much for joining our webinar this morning. As per the topic, we're discussing battery storage solutions. So recently, Goodwe launched a new Lynx battery series, and we're very excited to present the product to you, as well as thank our distribution partner, Kranich. We have Jean-Andre Swanepoel joining us to present on behalf of Kranich, as they are carrying the batteries locally and will be receiving their first stock in the coming weeks. Just to start off, some housekeeping rules. As you know, with normal webinars, there is a Q&A section on the Zoom platform, which you can use to ask any questions. And we will either answer during the webinar or else leave it to the end when there is the Q&A section. But please feel free to use the Q&A function instead of the chat function. My name is Andrew Tyler. I'm the Sales and Business Development Manager for Goodwe for Sub-Saharan Africa. On the call, I have David Havenga, who's our technical manager for Sub-Saharan Africa, joining us and presenting the technical part, or rather the product introduction part. And then, as mentioned, we have Jean-Andre Swanepoel from Kranich Solar Energy. And yeah, we thank you very much for joining. All right, let's get started. The first thing I wanted to cover was just an introduction on Goodwe. You guys might know us already, so I haven't gone into the boring stuff, rather more of a company update. All right. So it's been quite a while since we've updated you guys on this. So the team has grown exponentially. We are adding new valuable employees almost every day. We're meeting new colleagues. In total, we have in excess of 3,000 employees at the company now, of which in excess of 600 are research and development or R&D staff. That makes up, call it 1/6 of our 1/5, 1/6 of our staff complement. And I think that's extremely critical because we need to stay on top of developments and make sure our products are ahead of the curve. We also have in excess of 100 plus overseas employees, of which myself and our team fall under that banner. Then just an update on some of the awards. We will share these presentations, so you can revert back to the ones that I haven't covered. But the latest updates were firstly the second to last, which was we entered the energy storage inspection with our EH and ET series products, which are both high voltage. And they were ranked number 2 for the 5 kilowatt single phase and number 5 for the 3 phase ET 10 kilowatts. In terms of efficiency, And what's interesting about that is we were one of the only Asian or Chinese manufacturers that were in, these kind of top 10 positions, top 5, top 10 positions. And that just is testament to the fact that we offer an extremely high quality product. And then lastly was the award from Bloomberg New Energy and Finance, also identifying us as the most financially stable pure play inverter manufacturer in the world. You might wonder what's the importance of that to you. Very simply, if you want to know that Goodwe will be around for, many years to come to support the product and of course offer warranty replacement should your product fail, which is of course highly unlikely. The company is extremely financially stable, which gives us the best opportunity to be around for many, many years to come. We're also investing a lot into South Africa or Africa as a whole. Our team is growing. We'll have 2 additional colleagues joining us by the end of the year. Our support team has also grown. We've got a second agent now, which allows us to offer quicker response times and quicker RMAs. So yeah, please, feel comfortable with, supporting Goodwe and our products. Then in terms of production capacity, we have, in excess of 25 gigawatts of inverter capacity at the moment. I mean, that's massive. We do some OEM or ODM manufacturing for other, companies, which is also testament to Goodwe's quality if they're willing to use our product for them. And then, of course, our focus today, we've got a 1 gigawatt hour battery capacity, which is proving to be extremely popular, that range. And we also looking to grow this as the quarters come onto us. Then in terms of global installations, I think it's always good to give you guys an update on this. In total, we have around 38 gigawatt accumulative capacity. I believe that was as at the end of 2021. So it would be slightly higher by now. This is split quite, differently between the different categories. So 16 gigawatts for residential, 21 gigawatts for CNI and utility, and then of course the 1 gigawatt for energy storage. Then just some a quick friendly reminder. So just we do offer local support. It's something quite important. So if you don't know this, please contact us. Either myself or David or any of our distributors. To see what we offer. But very simply, there's a technical hotline, or in simple terms, a telephone line. The support is obviously in the local language, which in our case would be English. And we do carry local warranty stock. 99% of the time we are able to replace from that stock. Alternatively, if there is a shortage on our stock or a delay in our incoming stock, we do request for our partners like Chronic to support us and assist in getting the customer resolved, and then we sort it out with them. And then, of course, in very rare cases, we do offer on-site technical support, whether it's through our team or our partners. Alternatively, or rather keep in mind that our preference is for you to rather be trained on the product and know how to install it so that you're comfortable when you do go to site. So please feel free to reach out if you'd like to get some training on a new product you're about to explore or install. And then also just a reminder on the Goodwe Plus installer program. So this is a program we've been running for, I think, a couple of years now. And it's quite a nice platform to be able to join 3 webinars on a monthly basis. It's nice for new staff as well. If you have, some new team members who are joining and you'd like them to learn about our products. It's hosted every month. As I said, you can, find the information on our website. And there are some benefits that will be coming soon. So things like the warranty extension on smaller grid side inverters is not available in South Africa yet, but you do get, the Goodwe Plus banner. And once our benefits of local, South Africa or African, customers come along, then of course you will already be well positioned to get that. And there's also some exciting things coming up for that too. And then also just to remind you at this point that we do have a platform called Goodwe Solar Community, which is found on the link of community.goodwe.com. And you can go onto there, you can watch previous webinars such as this one, which is being recorded. And you can also see other webinars from other regions that are being presented. And also there's various other advantages to, signing up there. You have, some discussions on there regarding common issues or common positive things that are happening on site, etc. So yeah, quite a good platform to look at, especially if you're looking to learn more and engage with the community on our product range. All right, that's it from my side. Thank you for listening. I'd like to hand over to Jean-Andre Swanepoel from Chronic to engage with you guys from Chronic's point of view, and then we'll have David Havenga presenting the last section before Q&A. Thank you. Jean-Andre?
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew. Good morning, everybody. My name is Jean-Andre Swanepoel. I'm the technical sales manager for Kranish in South Africa. So I'll be taking you guys through our company presentation. Also just a very brief one, also not boring you with all the long things here. So started off with just basically what our company stands for is basically 100% commitment for 100% renewable energy. So basically what this means is this is what the company strives for, is to reach a goal of basically 100% renewable energy, I don't know, one day. So basically on the right hand side there you see our founder and CEO Kurt Kranish. He's the man that started the company and basically the vision behind everything and still today as to how we run our company. So to reach this goal, our company is ever growing, and currently we have over 25 branches in about 21 countries, which should grow to over 30 branches by the end of the year. So just to give you an understanding as to what we cover from our South African branch is basically, we are based in South Africa with offices in Cape Town and Johannesburg. And from here, we service basically the entire sub-Saharan Africa and all islands surrounding the sub-Saharan Africa continent. So basically just some numbers behind this. So the company, like I said, has been in existence for over 25 years. Currently, we are 700 plus employees. I think that number is very close to 800 already, with about 25 branches ranging across multiple countries, and with, I think, 5 additional branches opening within the next 2 to 3 months. So where we find us in let's call it the business model of this is we are a specialized distributor for solar systems, so which basically means we do not manufacture any products ourselves, but mainly procure from companies like Goodwe and then distribute to basically electricians and installers. So we do not deal with any end users whatsoever. So just some of the industries we obviously supply into, and basically what we're talking about today as well is the residential industry. So in South Africa and also African countries currently experiencing load shedding like we are currently, batteries have become extremely popular. Even in Europe, our battery market has grown, which you will very shortly see from numbers which we have procured and also distributing into worldwide. So residential, yeah, for us is a big market, but we also support the CNI utility scale projects as well over the whole of Africa. So just to give you an idea, so number of employees currently, as of recently, I think last week, we were already over 750, but we do, like I said, expect to grow over 800. So if you look from 2004 as to where we are now and the growth that we are experiencing currently. Just from 2021 to now, we have grown over 150 employees already. So yeah, some numbers as to where we are in the market currently, distribution on a global scale, module wise as well. The company in the last 3 years have more than doubled in size. You could see that by just over 3 gigawatts of modules just for this year. Inverters as well. Even with chip shortages and everything, the company is still able to supply these numbers. Inverters on 3.2 gigawatts, and like I said, on the battery side, that has really taken off globally, even in Europe, where they use it more for self-consumption. So just for this year alone, we have 650 megawatt hours of batteries on order. So just a portfolio rundown as to what we as Kranish offer. We basically try to support our installers from basically the entire spectrum of what is needed for an installation. So on here, you will basically see just a few of the major brands that we support, although we also do have on the accessory side quite a large range of other suppliers that we support and distribute. So then on modules, what we have there is Agitech, which is our German brand, where we basically have ranges all the way down from 370 all the way to 540 watts currently. Longi and JA, which is our tier 1 brands, which we do more let's call it smaller commercial modules. On inverters, for our DC coupled inverters, we currently have Victron. And on our hybrid ranges then and commercial range, we have the Goodwe, Fronius, and SMA. For mounting systems, K2 is our preferred supplier there. And then for floating PV solutions, we do Sungrow, which for specific designs, of course. We have recently started introducing the Tiger optimizers, which is compatible with all the inverters that we sell. So that would be available to our portfolio also within, I think, the next month or two. BYD is our preferred battery, which is also, again, compatible with all the inverters that we sell. KBE coming to our cables, Stubli with connectors, and like I said, then Sungrow for the floating PV solutions. So just so you understand, so on a global scale, obviously we distribute a lot more than what we currently have in our portfolio in South Africa. So there you could see quite a lot of the brands, and most of the brands, I almost want to say reputable brands in the world, we do distribute. So, but like I said, for us, I mean, it's basically only the very few module brands that we have, but yeah. So as a service, as to what Kranish has to offer, we basically want to form a bond with our clients from the get-go. So we support the client from basically design stage in the beginning all the way through to the end. So also with having very strong technical support on all our products that we have on offer. Even with shipping, we are capable of assisting with that, especially into any country in Southern Africa. We have relationship with some good freight forwarding companies that can assist with that. So yeah, I mean, that's basically it from my side as a rundown. We look forward to receiving the batteries that we will now be hearing from David. And yeah, I mean, for any questions, please feel free to go and follow us, obviously, on all our social media platforms on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram for more webinars from our side on other products as well. And if you have any questions, yeah, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks, guys. Over to David.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone can see my presentation nicely. I'll just be running everyone through our battery solutions, what we offer. Yeah, let's get started. So as Andrew did show briefly, so we have LV and HV battery options from, let's see, from the links A to the links U, the CQA, our links F high voltage and links S high voltage batteries. They are compatible with all our Goodwe inverters. So specifically for Goodwe inverters, we aren't compatible with any other inverter brands with our batteries. As you can see, the CQA, the links U are all compatible with our low voltage inverters, and the links S, CQS, links F are all compatible with a lot of our high voltage inverters. So let's quickly have a look at our low voltage batteries. So this is our CQA. The CQAs are the batteries which are designed to go in our all-in-one, our ESA, but they can also be used separately. As you'll see, the device has a battery breaker, the LED indicator for the SoC, as well as error codes and things like that. We have the negative power cables, the positive power cables, and we have our comms. So the comms, yeah, so one is to the inverter and the other one is to the next battery. There's also a grounding point here, and then the on button. So these batteries have a usable energy of 4.86 kilowatt hours per battery. You can add batteries up to make up a 29.1 kilowatt hour battery bank. They do weigh 49 kilograms each. They've got a standard 5-year product warranty with a 10-year performance warranty. These are indoor batteries, so there's no IP rating for anything on these batteries. So they have to be installed indoors, so out of the conditions. They have an operating range of -10 to 50 degrees Celsius. They are ground mountable or stackable. All our batteries are LFP batteries. It does have a DoD of 90%, and it does have a 54 kilowatt hour, 5.4 kilowatt hour capacity. So that's why the usable energy, as you'll see, is 4.86, because that's 90% of the battery capacity. And it has a max charge and discharge current of 50 amps. It is a 0.5C battery. And we have our Links U. So the Links U battery, as you'll see, this is a much more presentable battery. It can be full standing or mounted up. As you'll see, the communication cables are plug and play. It does have an internal battery breaker, our connections, as well as a drainage outlet. It does have the drainage outlet because it is an IP65 battery. So these can be installed outdoors. I know in South Africa we wouldn't want to do that, but we do have the ability to install them outdoors. So even if someone has a patio upstairs somewhere where they want to install them, maybe in a flat or something like that, you don't install it outside. If you don't have space inside, you can install it on a patio outdoors. It's not a problem as well. As you'll see, the capacity is the same on these batteries. They do weigh a bit more because of the nice casing. It does weigh 60 kilograms. So the IP65 indoor-outdoor temperature range is the same. So as you'll see, -10 C to 50 degrees Celsius for discharging. But charging can only start from 0 degrees Celsius. And as I mentioned, they are ground mounted or wall mounted. and the statistics are the same as you'll see. 100 amp hour, 5.4 kilowatt hour with a 0.5 C discharge rating of 50 amps. And we can also connect up to 6 modules. So LFP. LFP are the battery cells that we use. It is a much more stable battery, so the stability, the lifespan, it has good performance, very high safety ratio, and specific power ratio. So you'll see the differences here between the LFP, the LCO, and the nickel cadmium, the NCM. You know, a lot of battery manufacturers use the LCO. It's much easier to stack the batteries. They're all plastic films. They do have lower lifespans, but good performance, so energy density, but they are more expensive and a bit more precise. But you'll see the lifespan of the LFP is much higher than all the other cells that people use. And they are metal encased cells. So we do use them, as you'll see, the metal cell. So we don't use the small cylindrical batteries. They are the big metal cell batteries that do have a good design. So here's an example of the installations of how they can be installed. As I said, the CQA can be installed in the all-in-one cabinet, or they can stand on the ground, be flat mounted next to each other, or stackable on top of each other. And the links from you, as you see, they can either stand flat on the ground or be mounted up on the wall. But they do look quite nice next to the inverter. So with the batteries, we have the real-time status. So they do have built-in indicators, so for customers to visually view the state of charge on the battery itself. So they don't always have to refer to the app. They also have the app, the SimSport app, where they can go and view the state of charge and view all the historical data, as we know the SIMS portal. So these batteries are cost efficient in maintenance wise because they are IP65 and they can be installed outdoors. There's not a lot of maintenance required for them. We can remotely control them with the SIMS portal app connected to our inverters. So we have a lot more vision to see exactly what's going on with our batteries. It's also one-stop shop, so it's one company that you call. So if you have a battery problem, you know, it's all in one family. So we can also do remote firmware updates of the battery BMSs. So if there is any BMS related queries or things like that, or improvements, we can also remotely update the batteries through the inverters. And the batteries do have a smart temperature control. So smart charging and discharge control based on the cell temperatures. So obviously if the batteries are very cold, you charge a lot slower to protect the cells, because when it's too cold, that chemical reaction can cause sudden heating of the cell and can cause degradation. So that's why when the batteries are colder, they will charge a little bit slower, and then as they warm up, they charge faster. So also looking at the safety designs, especially with these batteries, you see we do have a drainage outlet. So, you know, sometimes some water can ingress on the sides of the cover because you have cable outlets, but we do have a well to protect from that, and we do have drainage holes so that the water can drain out and it won't dam up in there. We also have the breaker with a IP67 breaker window to protect, so should any water get in there or any moisture get in there, it's all protected and cannot cause any damage. All our devices are also certified. The low voltage batteries, they're certified to the IEC 62619 and the CE UN 38.3. So these are all certified and certifications that are required across the globe. So they all have the safety standards and certifications required for just about any country. And as I said, they are compatible to all our low voltage inverters. Nice and plug and play with our inverters. They are visually compatible. The CQ, the Links U, they are all visually compatible and look very nice installed. And now we can move on to the high voltage batteries. So the high voltage batteries are the batteries which Genre and them will be stocking for us. So this is the Links F. The Links F is a stackable module, stackable battery. You see the battery breakers on the side. These are also all IP rated batteries. Nice indication of the SOC, the battery on and off switch, and battery module and the base. So the base and the BMS is on top. And on the other side, you'll see we have the power connectors and the COM connectors. So these, as you'll see, the system weight on this is 105 to 235 kilograms. That's each cell is roughly 40 to 50 kilograms, along with the BMS and the bottom plate together. So the minimum size is 2 cells, along with the BMS and the floor plate. So that gives you a minimum of 105 kilograms. So these are IP55 rated batteries. The operating temperature is 0 to 50 degrees Celsius. Discharge can discharge up to minus 20 degrees Celsius on these batteries. Because of the higher voltage, they do give us a wider range. So each battery stack is a 32 amp hour stack, which is a 3.27 kilowatt hour. And they do have a max discharge current of 25 amps. And these can stack up to 5 modules. And then the some F series, as you'll see, installation examples. They are stackable. They can be ground mounted and fixed to the wall simultaneously, but generally they'll have to stand on the ground, and then you can fix them to the wall as well with brackets. I'll show that in the next slide. There's a nice picture of the battery connections and the COM, as well as the blind insertion. So they do have a connection here, so connect the cells together. Just a guide for us to just drop them in. There's no external connections, they just stack and click into each other. So this is the anti-dumping devices, so that the battery stack can't be pushed over. This can be mounted to the wall. As you see, these also have drainage channels, so should any water get onto or into the stack, it can drain away. Because it stacks up nicely, it uses a lot less floor space, so it's neat and easy to install, and does have a nice appearance. And the plug and play design, as with all of our products. Same as with our LV batteries, with the real-time status, the nice indicator on the battery pack itself, as well as the monitoring via our apps. So the same as with our low voltage as well. Everything can be remotely controlled through our inverters. We can do firmware updates, everything, and control the batteries nicely through the inverters. Here's another look at the drainage outlets. So on the batteries, the breaker on itself It's also IP67 breaker with a cover design. So this is also lockable for safety. And as the low voltage, it's also certified globally. So then compatibility with our inverters. As you'll see, we have different amount of batteries as a minimum for different size and different values of inverters. So we always recommend different sizes. So please also on the battery compatibility sheet, which we have on our website, you can always look and verify the amount of batteries that can be added. So our battery stacks, you'll see, so for EH, which is the high voltage single phase devices, the 3 to 5 we recommend a minimum of 2. For the 6 kilowatt we recommend a minimum of 3. Same for the different sizes of ET inverters. For the 10 kilowatt we recommend a minimum of 4. So one could possibly get away with putting 2 on. It will work, but it won't give you the maximum output because the voltage is quite low. And that is all for this the presentation. So we can move on to the Q&A section. So if anyone has any questions about the batteries, the inverters, anything like that, please let me know.
Thanks, David. Thanks, Jandre. Appreciate your guys' presentations. What I'd like to also ask is for Jandre to please post your sales email or your email, depending on who you'd like, people to contact who would be interested in buying these batteries from you guys, or inverters, of course, or both. That works for us too. But I think it'd just be good in case there's a customer that doesn't yet have access to your catalog.
Awesome. I left it in the chat for everyone.
Okay, cool. Thanks very much. When we don't see questions, we take it as a good thing. I guess we covered everything you guys were interested in. We are, this was more of a product introduction, webinar series, whatever you want to call it. We will, of course, as we receive or our partners receive their batteries, we will go into more technical detail and hopefully do some more, face-to-face events where we can actually have the batteries on display in conjunction with our partners like Kranich. I believe Constant Presetti had their hand up. I'm not sure if you still had a question. Please feel free to type it into the Q&A section, and we will answer it happily. Otherwise, please feel free to reach out outside of the webinar. I will also type my email in to the chat box. But we'll give it 1 more minute, I think. Glad to hear that there weren't too many outstanding questions. As mentioned, that is always a good thing. So we'll give it another minute or two and then we'll close off. But just as a reminder, as you can see from David's presentation, there's the information for our solar community page. So that's community.goodwe.com. What's quite nice is you can use your SEMS login. If you have any plants already set up on our SEMS portal, you can actually use that login as your solar community login. which is quite nice. And then there's also the YouTube page and Facebook page, which are just simply Goodwe Solar Academy, where you can go on and see videos. We have a very nice catalog of videos for installing our products, for setup of our products, and we're slowly but surely building up a nice database of presentations and videos for for our products, which make it a little bit easier for installation, etc. Right, your email is noted, Sujin. Thank you very much for joining. I see you are from Zambia. That's fantastic to see. Thanks very much for joining. All right, I think let's then close off, guys. I'd like to thank you again for joining. Thank you, David, for your time. Thank you, Genre, for your time. We really do appreciate your support of the Goodwe brand within South Africa. We really do value these type of partnerships and look forward to growing from strength to strength. Thanks again, guys. Keep warm, keep safe, and have a good rest of your day. Cheers.
Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.